Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Miami Heat. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Terry Rozier.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Duncan Robinson. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Hayes, and it's Doncic in at the 1. And this, a rivalry that spans across conferences, Stan.
Yeah, look, Brian, they've had their battles over the years, and the fact that they only play each other twice a season adds to the magnitude of the matchup. It's going to be intense.
Here's James, and it's James with the jam.
I mean, do you think a little or even a big bump is stopping LeBron? His determination is part of what makes him a future Hall of Famer.
Now here's Robinson. Adebayo passes to Hero. Here's Ware. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Doncic against Hero. Doncic with the bucket.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
Pass to Ware. Doncic grabs the miss.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Outside Reeves. Here's Doncic. Out to James. Drops in the 3. James has got 5 points.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
And the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship, and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Again, Doncic missing.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Adebayo, a screen on James. And again, no good by Miami. And Doncic has got the ball here for Los Angeles. This game following their win against the Rockets.
No doubt, that game tells you what kind of team they are. They weren't at their best that night and still got the win.
Well, look, good teams just find ways to win, even when they aren't playing their best.
And it's Ware missing.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively, 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
James finds Hachimura. Doncic outside. Reeves with a screen on Hero. From deep, here's Doncic. The Lakers with another miss.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Hero. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip." So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one.
As always, Allie, we thank you. The Lakers with a rebound. Their last meeting was in this building. They were able to come out on top.
I love the defensive pressure they created in their last meeting, forcing turnovers and keeping the offense off kilter.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier.
Here's Ware. And yep, it's good. Ware's gotten his second bucket on the night.
A pretty talented distributor. Tyler Hero isn't one to force his own look.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Finney Smith checked in for Los Angeles. Connect comes in for Reeves. And Miami also making a switch. Rozier's checked in. On defense, the Heat. They trail by 1. Doncic passes to Hayes. And here's James. This one for 3. And Hero grabs the board. And that misses. That would have put him up. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Outside, Finney Smith. It's James on the wing. Down low. Here's Connect. Rebound Miami. Coming into this, having knocks to win against Boston in their last game.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
Here's Finney Smith. Miami making their last shot. Back to Doncic. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Rozier can't get it to go.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
That's his second make in 7 attempts. Not a pretty start.
Miami trailing. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Hero. He played a great game against Boston. Pass to Rozier. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. And for the Lakers, they're shooting only 31% to get this game underway. James outside. 12 seconds left to play in the first. And it's James with the jam.
You're still dunking with ease. James is a physical specimen.
Here's Hero, and he drives in, off with the layup. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Lakers ahead, leading by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
It was pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, you can bet their coach is encouraging them to keep up the extra effort. It's more than paying off.
Setting the floor for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Terry Rozier. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. Rozier can't get it to go.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Reeves. 5 to shoot. Finney Smith, a screen. The open shot by Reeves. Love grabs the miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Rozier outside. Outside Jaquez. He drops it from range. Jaquez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Reeves, the pass to Vincent. Reeves with a screen on Rozier. Vincent can't hit.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Rozier from outside. He's off on that one. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game, and they'll be reaching the back half of a 4-game home stretch. Pass to Vanderbilt. And it's Miami with a rebound. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And you think about what Jaquez has done early in his career. It's pretty impressive, Stan.
Well, Brian, people tend to underrate college players who play multiple years. He was basically a finished product before he reached the NBA.
The Lakers with the ball. The Heat making their last shot. Here's Vincent. No good with the triple. The Heat with the lead. Wiggins outside. Pass to Love. Lets a 3 fly. Vanderbilt pulls it in. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's Vincent. Fires for 3. And again, the Lakers no good. Miami has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Rozier with it. Jaquez with it. Guarded by Vanderbilt. To the middle. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. And how about we check the numbers for LeBron James?
He hasn't been as sharp as we're used to seeing in the last 10 games. You can tell in his passing, his assists are down. Even the simple passes look hard for him. Maybe he can get his groove back tonight.
Anderson's checked in for Miami. The Lakers trail. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And some changes here for the Lakers. James has checked in for Goodwin, and Doncic has subbed in for Vincent. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Pass to Reeves to snap the cold streak. Rebound Miami. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. That'll be the first of 3 games played at home. Rozier, the pass to Hero. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
LeBron gets the bucket inside.
And that's where LeBron loves to operate, close to the bucket in the high percentage area.
Pass to Ware. Doncic against Rozier. Hero for 3. No good that time.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Doncic with the bucket.
Yeah, from a tough spot on the floor, Luka's shooting ability on display right there.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Goodwin checked in for Los Angeles. And we show you the best defenses in the NBA since the break. In third, the Heat.
Since the break, here's a team that has locked up their opponents, playing with passion defensively.
.141 left in the second quarter. Robinson passes to Adebayo. Now Wiggins. Shot on the wing. Doncic grabs the miss. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Offensive rebound. James. Goodwin passes to James. Doncic with it. The 3. Doncic, count it.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
Heat trail by 3. Outside Robinson. Pass to Wiggins. 55 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Kicks it to Doncic. Puts up a 3. Sinks the tray. And now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continues to add to that.
Now here's Robinson. No points so far.
Well, he is a multi-dimensional scorer. Hero taking his work down the lanes.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. James passes to Finney-Smith. Here's Goodwin. And he's going for the oop. Oh, wow! Set him up and let LeBron finish.
The timing LeBron possesses is second to none. Fantastic at measuring when to go for alley-oops.
Here's Hero. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Hero's got 8.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Los Angeles. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
Checking out Los Angeles. They haven't quite looked like themselves lately. The question is, how do they get back to the top? How do they recapture that magic? I think it starts with raising the intensity level. Become more aggressive. Night after night, fight after fight. Aggressive is right.
And turning now to the game we've been watching, Luka Doncic has been lighting it up.
Locked in offensively, getting to his spots, picking apart the D, scoring in bunches, Jets.
Great points. Get it? See what I did there?
We saw Ernie, it just wasn't funny.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, one guy who's been getting it done is Luka Doncic.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Heat trail by 4. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position. That's the Laker 5. Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins. The Lakers with a rebound.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Doncic outside. Just too much to handle inside.
Yeah, the assertive approach from LeBron is really paying off in this one. He is driving this offense.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Wiggins against James. Back to Adebayo. 6 to shoot. Over Hachimura. Adebayo, no good. The Lakers lead by 6 at 6'9". Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers, yet he is elite defensively, Graham.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Doncic against Hero, and that one's long.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Here's Doncic. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. And now an 8-point Laker lead.
Using that change of pace off the dribble, Doncic gets the shots he wants.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
If you see yourself in a big game, you know what to do. Show us your move. You have a time. Sit down. Everybody stand.
And let's check in on the players lighting it up in the second half of the season. Luka Doncic fourth.
You have to appreciate scorers who turn it on down the stretch. He's given them points in crucial games.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. 8-point game. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. Now here's Robinson. Hero for three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Offensive rebound. Here's Doncic. And another shot. No good at the rim. Heat trail by 8. Pass to Hero. Hachimura against Adebayo. Fires from deep. Sinks it from distance. Ware's got 7 points. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
From deep, here's Doncic. Adebayo grabs the board. The Heat have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. Hero against Doncic. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Outside Reeves. Here's James. Rebound Miami. Wiggins with it. Still without a bucket. Pass to Adebayo. Now Robinson. From downtown. And again, no good by Miami. The Lakers lead by 5. Here's Doncic. From deep, Reeves. That shot off the mark. Miami has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Robinson for 3. They get it back. Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You gotta love the extra effort from Adebayo to keep the possession alive, grabbing the board and turning it into points of his own.
Here's Reeves. Misses off the right iron.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Pass to Adebayo for the tie. That's good from Robinson on the assist by Adebayo. And it's all knotted up.
Robinson not afraid to let it fly from deep. You got to get out on him.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
On the court, your right squad. All right, fans, who wants a t-shirt?
And the Lakers making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. Let's have a look at the teams who have been shooting the ball the most consistently these past 10 games. In third, the Heat.
Well, their offensive efficiency was really impressive during the last month. They're looking to carry that momentum into this one.
James passes to Doncic to win the cold spell. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
1:43 left in the third. Here's Rozier. And Reeves pulls it down. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. The lead is 2. And he's going for the lob. And finished off by Hayes.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Pass to Adebayo. Now Rozier. Takes it inside. Yes. And it's Adebayo picking up the assist. Adebayo's got 3 assists in the game. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Now Hayes. James deciding where to go with it. And here's Reeves. Doncic outside. Hits a three-pointer. Doncic has got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Here's Rozier. And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Hayes. Connect comes in for James. And Vincent is subbed in for Luka Doncic. And Miami with a change here, too. Anderson's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Vincent outside. To the inside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to go on Jaime Jaquez.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws tonight.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt drops them both. Heat trail by 7. And here's Rozier. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Free throw line jumper. The shot off that time.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Appearing in control, but could still use a little more of a push to feel totally comfortable in this one. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying the troops.
Trust it. Good to great. Good to great. Don't settle for average shots. Move it.
And Coach Spoelstra instructing his guys to look for the best option.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush any bad shots, especially with 24 seconds to work with.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Kyle Anderson. Davion Mitchell is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. Anderson passes to Rozier. Back to Anderson. Tries again. Finney Smith pulls it in.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass. Really getting after it and being physical.
LeBron on the go. And it's James with the jam.
And the muscle LeBron has helps him on these physical finishes, just bouncing off the defense.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Again, the Heat misses. The Lakers lead by 11. Now, here is James. Vincent outside. Back to James. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by James. Heat trail by 11. Here's Mitchell. Hachimura with a rebound. Hachimura's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Goodwin passes to Vincent. James outside. James can't get that one to fall.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Mitchell. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
And there's James from the arc. And Rozier pulls it down.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Mitchell finds Rozier. And he dunks it down.
A vicious slam by Rozier, really sticking it to them.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Here is the most legendary dance team on the planet, your Laker Girls.
Some changes for Los Angeles. Hayes is checked in for Finney Smith. Reeves comes in for Goodwin. And Doncic has subbed in for Vincent. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Appreciate the report, Allie. James outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now Robinson. Wiggins from long range. Oh, Wiggins! Bullseye with the 3.
Plays with a bit of quiet intensity, but Wiggins has shown the ability to rise up in the big moments.
James passes to Doncic. Shoots over Hero. And there's Doncic. That's good. On the assist by James. James has got 3 assists now in this one. Heat trail by 6. Here's Hero. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Doncic.
Very versatile player. Hero spaces the floor. He can drive. He can pass. And he's a sneaky good rebounder as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Hero. And so Hero nails both of them.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Hachimura outside. Back to Doncic. Fires the 3. Drills it from deep. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
Along with everything else, Doncic is a knockdown three-point shooter.
Here's Hero. The shot won't fall. Good D by Doncic. 1:52 left in the final quarter. Back to James. Yes! He's still got it! LeBron!
Few guys distribute better than Doncic. He's got good instincts for when and where to send the ball.
Hero with it. Pass to Adebayo. Wide open. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
Tyler Hero.
They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
There's a minute 17 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Well, they're right to trust Hero in these moments. He's a very reliable scoring option.
Luka against resistance.
Well, he's been a lot of their offense, and the numbers certainly show it.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Hachimura outside. Pass to Hayes. Outside Reeves. Clock at 4. And there's James from the arc. Adebayo grabs the board. And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. They trail by 7. Here's Wiggins. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
So it's Miami now.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And B.A., they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
LeBron, it wasn't pretty, but a win's a win. What do you take away from a game like this one?
You got to win all different type of ways. You know, you didn't play well offensively. It was an ugly game. But good teams find a way to get a game where you just don't play so well. And that's the defense I'll be talking about. You got to be able to defend when you don't make shots, and we didn't make no shots, but we defended.
You do whatever it takes to win. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Luka Doncic.